difficulties a little bit. My phone got stuck. Well, Mercury retrograde is going to start soon. Hi, spiritual coach Ari Mack. Basically, I help people find their true callings through my techniques with affirmation, aromatherapy, and astrology. Been doing it for over 20 years, and now reaching out to you guys because if we have faith, we can do anything, anything. But you gotta have that faith. So there's a couple of components that I use when I work with people. One is astrology. And why astrology? Well, first of all, it's been around forever. It's one of the oldest tools known to man. Hippocrates was an astronomer, and the Hippocratic Oath came from him. So it goes back to observing the body and when the planets were in certain positions and how it affects you. Now, it's not perfect. You have free will. You don't have to do any of the things that suggest. But once you learn how to balance your internal mechanisms, the rest of the outside world will fall into place because you will no longer be so concerned about what everybody else is doing. You'll actually be more in tune with yourself. And by looking at your chart, I can break that down and help you start creating a pathway to that success. And it really takes your effort, but more importantly, having a spiritual coach to give you a heads up, to give you a roadmap, like a cheat sheet, if you want to call it. So, yeah, this is your mechanisms, this is how you're going to respond, but that's normal for you. For you. Now, of course, childhood, diet, and exercise all play a factor in it. The aromatherapy comes from the other senses that God given us. We got 5. And then, of course, the affirmation, which I help create because your words have power. I was reading this study, and it was talking how, and we can do this at home. So if you're interested, do this because I think I'm going to do this a little later on. It said if you take 2 cups of water, right, and you sit by one, and you just are negative and in a bad mood and say all kinds of negative stuff, and then put that in the freezer. Then you wait and you take the other cup of water, and you say beautiful things, you play nice music, and you're just very relaxed. And put that in the freezer. Now mark them so you know which is which. Now, according to this study, the cup that you set the negativity to, their freezing pattern is distorted. Yeah, this is why I love metaphysics so much. That's why I love it. Because literally the crystallized water, when it froze, because of the energy that went into it, it's distorted patterns. While the cup that had the positive energy in it is a perfect, like snowflake, just beautiful. That's how strong your words are. That's how powerful you could be if you actually took yourself seriously and stop letting things from the past dictate your future. So today, we're going to talk about some foods that could help you with that because we also have about health and wealth and love, self-expression. Today is going to be food health. And Venus is still retrograding. Yes, let me pull this up really quick. I was doing that before my computer and phone started acting weird. Astrology today. Okay, so we still have that configuration. And let's see. Mercury's now in Aries. Fun. Okay, and that's trining Venus in Aries. So this is a good time for you to be back into your own mind, your own space, especially for Aries in the fire sign trilogy. Mars is in Cancer. It's going forward, thank God. So not the strongest place for Mars. Mars is the planet of action. Cancer is more homey, more relaxed. Not saying Cancer won't kick your ass. I'm just saying it's watery in a fiery position. Jupiter and Gemini. Now, Jupiter normally is ruled by Sagittarius, and it's in Gemini. It's opposite sign. So I think we're going to have more expansion because Jupiter rules law and expansive and entrepreneurs. So I think we're going to see more expansive laws coming into effect in this next couple of years. Saturn in Pisces. Now, that's a Capricorn. Saturn rules Capricorn, and you put a Pisces in there. So that's actually a good mix. Capricorn and Pisces does work well together, but it's about compassionate structure. So if you're creating something, be compassionate and work on the structure, the actual brick and mortars, the details, the nuts and bolts. And that's what I'm doing. I'm sun sign Pisces. And then you got Uranus in Taurus. Now, Uranus is normally ruled by Aquarius, and it's in the sign of Taurus. And I find this to be fascinating because Taurus is the Venus. It wants beauty, it wants light, it wants things to be comfortable. And Uranus is nothing, it is not comfortable. It wants change, it's expansive, it rules electricity. So it's like the planet of love, the sign of love meets the planet of unexpected changes. And I think it could be some beautiful opportunities to be had because with Uranus, that's expansive, with Taurus is love. So maybe expand on what you love, spend a little time with that. And then you have Neptune in Pisces. Now, Neptune is naturally ruled by Pisces. Did you know that? So that's a good position for Pisceans to be in. So Pisces is in the Sun, Saturn, and its own Neptune. Not bad. And I'll give you some tidbits toward the end if you want, if you watch to the end. Now, Pluto is in Aquarius. Now, Pluto's normally ruled by Scorpio, and it's in Aquarius. This doesn't happen but every 100 years or so. So, with Aquarius being in Pluto, that's like a Scorpio and Aquarius come together. That's water and air come together. It's quite fascinating. It's about hidden truth and things coming to the surface. Scorpio and Pluto is very investigative. Aquarius is very unorthodox, unconventional. So I do see a lot of opportunities for us as individuals to expand our own horizons and expand what we want to do. Now, to get to all this takes a lot of effort, time, and energy. I know that. I've spent years with my clients, hundreds of them, developing affirmations, running charts, and keeping them in tune to manifest their goals and dreams. Now, I have started a program called GAP, and it's a guided astrology program. It's a monthly membership, and it actually takes all this information that I have and breaks it down even more to help you as a sun sign person. I cannot be specific because I'd have to have a one-on-one with you and run your chart to be more specific about your personal path. But this is introing now. We just dropped it at the Candles by Ari website, so please take a peek. Intro price is $9.99, which is very cheap. And regular price is $19.95 a month. But you got to have access to private information, insight, cooking, some aromatherapies. Just it's gonna like be behind the scenes like I do with my clients, but we're gonna do it in a private group through this GAP program because I want to bridge the gap. I want you guys to succeed. I want you guys to hit your goal. And in order for that to happen, you got to meet me. Okay, so it's like being in a private session with me, but online only. And this is one of the best programs I've ever come up with. So please check it out. I'll have it in the link below when I put this up, probably in a couple of days. Okay, so Venus is in retro in Aries, so definitely take a peek at that. Just FYI, Mars is going to start retrograding in the 14th. Yeah, Mars will start its first retrograde in Aries on March 14th. Just FYI. So we'll have two retrogrades happen at the same time. We'll talk more about that in the GAP group because that's where we're going to really get into how it worked for us and on and so forth. So, have you been having a little trouble sleeping? Feel a little bit overwhelmed? Well, that's that Piscean energy. It's talking to you. It rules dreams. Yeah, Piscean energy rules dreams. Spirituality, dreams, compassion. I'm talking about the positive side of the Piscean energy. I'm not going to go into the dark side. Okay. So if you're having some challenges falling asleep, you may want to do some different self-soothing involving a little bit more water. Now, just a little tidbit that I've just been observing over the last couple of weeks. But I find a lot of times when we're running around and we're not slowing down, we're not drinking enough of this. Matter of fact, I'm going to take a little shot while you guys are contemplating how much water do you drink. Now, I do a minimum of 84 ounces a day. You do not have to do that much. You could do 8 ounces, which is 64 ounces in a 24-hour window. But with this Piscean energy, one of the biggest things you could do for yourself is to tune into what you're trying to dream about. What is your subconscious mind trying to say? See, when we're in the sleep stage, we're in a subconscious, the super subconscious part of our brains. There's three parts of the brain: conscious, subconscious, and then super subconscious. Conscious, we're all aware of. It's what rules us and we think we know stuff. Subconscious is where we kind of think about stuff and mull over and things that kind of fester. Your super subconscious mind, super subconscious. Now that's deep. That's deep within your psyche because that connects your mind, body, and spirit to all that psychological stuff deep within your being. Now, to get to that stage, I think it's called RM4 in the sleep studies that I've read. When you get to that deep level of sleep, guys, you are now in your spiritual realm. This is where things start relaxing the body, the mind starts letting go of what it wants, being receptive to what it needs. Shifts in your consciousness take place here because this is where spirit and you meet and you decide, how do I want to work this? How do I transcend this? How do I do this? Now, when we were children, we didn't have any problems with this because we were children. We think it had happened, we asked for it, it showed up. Well, as an adult, you have the same techniques. You just have to develop how you want to receive them. See, once we start becoming more conscious, which is where our conscious mind makes decisions and we're told to be adults and follow the rules, you also see where some of those rules don't apply to certain situations. This is where your common sense starts kicking in. And you have to give yourself permission, guys, to think through, does this work for me? Is this working toward my good? Does this make sense? So in our dream state, which is where our super subconscious lives, we get the answers, we get the insight. And that's one of the reasons why I advocate for meditation. Meditation is a form of prayer, it is a form of relaxation, but more importantly, it's a form of reconnecting to self wherever you are, wherever you are. Your strongest muscle in your body is your brain. So please keep that in mind, that you are a priority and that you are special and deserve nothing but the best. Okay? So, we're going to talk about foods. Now, this is when I get a little frustrated with you guys sometimes because you'll put gas in a car, right? And you'll take a car to get serviced and cleaned, the whole nine. You'll even go and buy certain types of food that you know ain't good for you, but you'll buy them anyway because they're cheap or vegetable or you're hungry and you'll eat them. When it gets into your body, you have to be more accountable. You have to think through a lot better because one of the things that you're doing when you're giving your body whatever fuel, food groups that you prefer, you have to think, are they charging me up or are they sending me down? Am I blending forward? Am I going backwards? So I had a couple of items I wanted to share with you guys. And take it for what it's worth. It's a good analogy as you go through your days, just to keep in the back of your mind, because there's certain symbolisms that the universe has given us that are just, and that's why you guys want me to be your coach. You want me to be your spiritual coach, because sometimes it's right in front of you and you can't see it. You can't see the forest for the tree. Mm-hmm. So one of the other, it's called the doctrine of signature. Okay, so this is where the information I'm getting from, and I will include this in the GAP program because it's something that I think that's already been there for a long time. We just haven't really connected with it. So walnuts, for example, if you cut open a walnut, first of all, it looks like a mini brain. Yeah, just stop and think about it for a second. I don't have one with me today, but if you're a walnut freak, because I used to do nuts and peanuts, especially when I was training, and walnut is one of those, when you look at it, it looks like a mini brain. And when you slice it, it looks like the shape of a human brain. Well, guess what? Walnuts is one of those superfoods that's good for your brain. Yeah, get out of here. The minerals and vitamins inside of a walnut can actually help you create better brain function and maybe decrease headaches. You know, studies are out on how deep, because it depends on how much walnuts you want to eat. But isn't it fascinating that Spirit gave us a little acorn, like a little nut, a walnut, and it's in the shape of our brain. So they left symbolism for us, guys. Just in case we couldn't hear them or see them, they said, okay, we're going to leave this down and you can pick this up later. Okay? And have you ever sliced not long ways, short ways, vertically, a carrot. Because when you slice a carrot and you look at the circle, it resembles an eye. Mm-hmm. Yes, an eye. Because beta carotene, which is found in carrots, is good for what? Eye health. Come on now, come on. Y'all gotta give that up. Come on. You slice a carrot and you look at the round part and you look at it, you can go and look it up. It resembles an eye. And beta carotene, which is predominantly found in carrots, is actually good for your eye health. Boom. That was already there. It's been there. The universe has had that since carrots been around forever. Do you like them? Do you eat them? I'm just saying, it's a very versatile fruit, vegetable, actually. And you can cook it, slice it, eat it raw. I like to shave it and put it in salads because it keeps its crunch, but it's long. I mean, there's so many ways to incorporate just a small serving of it in your diet on a regular basis and help you feel better that it's mind blowing. Same thing with walnuts. Have you ever got fresh walnuts? Well, I'm from Texas, so we used to roast nuts during the holidays, and that's kind of kept the kids busy. And the kids would take whatever walnuts, and because I love pecan pie, that's my I love it, and it's got walnuts in it. So I would be the first one shucking and breaking open the walnuts, and whatever was left, I would take and nosh on. Okay, so when you look at walnuts, when you actually look at them, they have that texture. If you look at the brain, that is so mind-boggling, and it's a good fat. It's a good fat for your mind health, your mind's health. So take some time and just look at some shapes and some foods and see if you can, incorporate those in your diet. I mean, with walnuts, you can grind them into a paste. They have walnut flour you can use for cooking. I mean, goodness gracious, you can take walnut to a whole nother level if you want to. And it's a good dietary substitute for protein. Okay, so keep that in mind. Another one, have you ever seen a ginger root? Just a straight out ginger root. Now, I use a lot of ginger in our cooking because I like the flavor. But if you look at an actual ginger root, it has the semblance of a stomach, yes, because it's got a little pouches and stems that grow off it, and more pouches and stems that grow off it. What does our stomach do? It takes all of our digestive stuff in, breaks it all down to make food, and takes the minerals out of it to serve the different parts of our body. And if you actually looked at ginger, it is so good for the body, especially the tummy, for nausea, because it's not a strong flavor. But the punch that it packs when it's accumulated. Now, I love pickled ginger. I'm into kind of Asian foods right now. And with pickled ginger, okay, it even have more of a punch because I like sushi and that kind of thing. But my goodness, the benefits of just steeping some tea. You can get fresh ginger pretty much anywhere for a couple of bucks. Take a spoon, scrape off the outside, slice it, freeze what you don't use because it freezes beautifully. Steep it in some warm water, as much or as little as you like. And just take the stem out, kind of muddle it, take the stem out, strain it, and sip on that. Just sip on some pure ginger tea. Man, it will blow your mind because it helps your stomach and your digestive tract move the stuff out of your system. And if you got a little pooch, because you full of shit, literally, probably is not pooping enough. Ginger will help with that because it'll help soothe that lower intestinal tract so you can start releasing some of that, you know, shit. Okay? Grapes. How many of you like grapes? Like grapes on the vine? Now I'm a sucker for the champagne grapes. I'm not gonna lie. They're seasonal, I know, but grapes in general, if you actually look at them, what do they resemble? Just think about it for a second. I'm gonna let you think. Hmm? Anything? Come on, leave something in the chat. What do you think that a grape looks like? I give you a hint. I just used it. Did you say lungs? Lungs? Yes. Grapes are good for your lungs health because if you wash them and clean them, you can actually eat them in the raw state. Now, I prefer them in wine. That's my personal jam. But you can put them, you can dehydrate them, you can freeze them, you can use them in soups because you can take the grape juice itself and sweeten something up. I mean, the possibilities of grapes are endless, and they help with your lung health, help you breathe. And grapes are not that expensive, even if you had them only once a month. But think about it. You have all different types of grapes. Now, I prefer champagne grapes because I'm kind of more into that aesthetic beauty. But all grapes are good. And knowing that they help your lungs, hey, you ever see those pictures of those lovers sitting in a park and they have their cheese and wine and crackers and she's feeding him grapes? When don't, don't you want that to be you? Like somebody feeding you grapes? I want that to be me. I'm putting out this year to bring in a beautiful divinely selected mate because I'm in the mood. Okay, so I'm wishing the same for you. But grapes, they're sexy. Okay, avocados. Well, avocados got that good fat. Okay, but if you look at it, it actually looks like a woman's womb. Mm-hmm. Yep. And it has a lot of the folic acids that women need while pregnant. Get out of here. It's like the universe said, here, I'm going to give you an avocado. Now, here in California, thank God we grow them. A couple of my friends have avocado trees, so I go by and, when they tell me, I go by and get like as many as they let me take. But let me tell you something with avocado, because it's a bland cactus, right? It doesn't really have a lot of flavor. That's why it can be made into anything. Guacamole, it can put in cakes, avocado oil. I mean, the possibilities endless, but just finding a regular plain avocado. Let me show you a little trick. Well, let me tell you a little trick because I don't have it with me. When you're looking for fresh avocados, please don't buy anything that's been bruised or brown in any way, shape, or form. Let it go. It's going on the bad side. It still tastes fine, but it's probably going to be not so good to eat. Okay. So when you're looking for avocado, take your thumb finger and gently press, not hard, just gently. And if it gives, that tells you where it is. If it gives nothing, it's raw. It's still not ready. If it gives a little bit more, I like mine a little bit of give because I still like to chop it up and have slices and stuff. When it's overripe, it can't do that because the avocado has lost its shape. But think about it. Avocado looks like a woman's womb. That's fascinating. Okay. And we'll don't get started with figs. Yeah, figs, another sexy, sexy fruit that people overlook. And it does help with fertility. And that, yes, it does. Remember the figs and cheese and stuff they used to do back in the Roman days? I still dig it. Okay. Especially roasted figs. Oh my goodness. Especially off the tree. Oh, delicious. And then mushrooms. Have you ever sliced a mushroom? I know you've seen slices of mushroom. Well, when you look inside of it, what does it look like to you? Just think about it for a second. You just slice a mushroom right down the middle, and what does it look like? An ear. It can resemble the inside of an ear because of the shape. And guess what? Mushrooms are good for the digestive tract, which move mucus through your body, which in turn can help you be stronger, have cleaner ears, have cleaner hearing, so you can actually hear what's being said to you. And overall, it is fantastic for your health. So I'm just giving you a few tidbits for you to think about. And everything I have suggested: walnuts, carrots, gingers, grapes, avocados, and mushrooms are all affordable, guys. Once a month, you can spend something on one of these items, if not every week. Carrots, I know, ain't that big of a deal. Grapes, I give it to you. It comes and it goes. Mushrooms, I always get them fresh. I don't prefer them to be in a package because I don't know how long they've been in that package. So I prefer to pick mine out straight. But there's such a variety of mushrooms, you can go a little cray cray. And if you have a farmer's market buy, oh my goodness, how blessed are you? All right, because you get all this stuff for free. And avocado, mm, just good fat, just 100% good fat. See, the universe gave us what we needed down here. They have given us, and they gave us free will. They gave us free will. Now, you could choose not to do anything and keep doing what you're doing, and God bless you, and I hope your body gets stronger and stronger. But if you want to change and grow, be in a place of not only success, but be in a place where you feel and look successful, like it's no bullshit, it's no game, then I suggest you follow me. Subscribe to one of my programs. Definitely get yourself some candles. Because on each of the candles, and I do have some specials I'm going to share with you for this month, has an affirmation on it. And these affirmations have worked for years for myself and my clients, but they use them. They don't just let things go completely crazy. Okay? Right, Olivia? After you eat an avocado, don't you feel better? Okay? Because it has that natural folic energy that we need. Okay? So follow me, guys. Share and like. Look, I know I'm not for everybody, but I do know the people who are listening, who are down with me, you on your road to success. So invest in me, invest in you, and allow the manifestation to come through. I think that's a rhyme. Did I just rhyme? I think I'm rhyming. I think I'm rhyming. Because the energy that I'm seeing, we have to deflate stress. We can't bring stress closer to us because it already wants to live in our house. Okay? It likes to visit, at midnight when you're trying to get some sleep. You know, that little stress magnet that keeps you up worrying about something or thinking about something. One of the biggest pleasures that I get, and you'll hear more testimonials from my clients when you come into the program, is when my people tell me that they use the techniques and they kept themselves from submerging into Cuckooville. Yes! Yes! That's what I'm talking about. Because down here, you're guaranteed to have something going down. There's always some, and I'm not saying that to be negative, but you have to remember you're on your path and we are all intercepting, going into the same careers, going to the same foods. I mean, hell, even going to the grocery store could be traumatizing if you let it. If you let it. But the dream state that we have going on with all this water right now is giving you an opportunity to start tuning in. And I'm giving you some suggested food ideas. And I give it to you raw because that's the best stage to start it. And you can figure out how you want to cook it, eat it, saute it. It's up to you. But I promise you, if you do make a decision to start thinking better, to start treating yourself better, to come on board with us in my groups. Now, I've broken it down. I do mindful guided meditation twice a month on Sundays at 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Now, for that is $35, but it also includes a recording upon request. So even if you can't make the class and you register, you're still entitled to having a recording of the class made available to you. So you can use it at your leisure. And those meditations work. I've seen people over the years develop and go deeper and deeper to the point where they are now relaxed enough to make better choices. Okay? Then we have the GAP, the Guided Astrology Program. I got to tell you, I'm proud as hell of this one. Proud. Because we're going to be doing more of that interacting, more of that talking. And I get to break down more information about why spiritual affirmations can help you develop what you want. I don't read from the stars of destruction. I read from the stars of potentials and opportunities that we all seek. And Spirit is giving us, but we got to choose how to use it. So this class is monthly. It's an ongoing monthly opportunity because every week there's going to be something new. I will be uploading to a private YouTube channel and we will have some Zoom town hall meetings. Yeah. So there's a lot there going on. Then you have the one-on-ones, which your natal chart is where I have to start. So I would suggest you set that up with me. It takes me at least a week to review. And then it's a 2-hour session because you get to ask questions, I get to share knowledge, and we need to come up with the plan on where you want to go. You have a regular 1-hour session, then you have a half-an-hour session as well. Those do not include astrology charts. That's just me going by your birthday and picking up on what I can pick up. And then of course we have a color and fragrance class. Now that's going to be probably in May because that's going to show you what power colors work for you. How to draw in what you want, how to bring in what you need, because that's a feat too. When manifestation starts, something usually has to go because you can't keep the old stuff and the new stuff. Something from the old is preventing you from moving forward. And in order for it to happen, you have to move forward. So it's not saying screw you, never go back. It just means you got to put things in perspective and let it be. All right. So you have ways to connect with me. And on top of it is my candle business. Now, the beautiful thing about Candles by Ari, which I started for you guys, my clients needed a little bit more energy, a little bit more support. And I kept saying, what can I do? What can I do? So I went and started playing because I'm a aromatherapist. And I realized color and fragrance with a scent and an affirmation can save your bouquet. You hear me? It can keep you from going left and right. And that's why I developed Candles by Ari. Now, these are all soy-based candles, and the colors are specific to particular meanings, and it's all on my website. Okay, candlesbyari.com. Just look under candle meaning and all the information show up. Now, this month we're featuring the lavender sage candle, which is my signature color. This is a 16 ounce. We have 16, 8, and 12 ounces. Mm, mm, mm. Whew, I wish I had smell vision. Now, I've developed packages for under $50 where you can actually get a meditation class and 2 8-ounce candles for a flat monthly fee, which is phenomenal because that means you're self-soothing. And as long as you keep using your meditations, keep showing up for class, keep listening to yourself, using your candles, you'll be all right. I'm not saying things will be perfect, but they'll be a hell of a lot better than they are now. Let me take another smell. So go to candlesbyari.com today and get yourself some candles, okay? In this climate that we live in right now, it is imperative that you take care of your well-being starting on the inside because ain't nobody else going to do it. If anything, they're going to try to drive your ass crazy. Goodness gracious. So, for example, in the GAP program, because I feel like there is a gap between your spiritual and then your mental, because I feel like we try as adults to follow all these rules and try to teach our kids to do the same, but then sometimes it don't jive. So you got to be able to look into that gap to see what it is that you need to change. Thank you, Miss Olivia. It's the bomb. So with the gap, for example, with Uranus being in Taurus and Pluto being Aquarius, my Tauruses, Aquariuses, and my Scorpios, you guys are going to be changing like ways you never considered. Now, you don't have to. You don't have to. You can always choose not to do a gosh darn thing. And you know what? Universe ain't going to say nothing. But with this kind of configuration, because Pluto and Uranus are slow moving, it takes them about a year or so, even longer, to go through each sign before it gets to your sign. It's not an accident that the dial is hitting this right now. To me, it's not an accident. But it's time for you to take yourselves more seriously because the fixed signs are the ones who help move things forward through their sheer will. Yeah, through their sheer will, because they don't believe in sitting and settling. They'll say, okay, but the whole time they're running their own program in the background. I know. I've watched them in action. I was reared by a Taurus, and she would be the sweetest thing, but she was handling her business. And that's what we have to do. Taurus rules money, property, and possessions. Uranus is electricity, unexpected behavior. Pluto is hidden behind the scene, another spiritual element. So when you put all that together, it is about bringing forth a new change. And it's happening. If you look at everything, we are more communications than we ever been before. You can look up something yourself. You don't have to go to the library like I did back in the day and look up things. It's all at your fingertips. Hell, they have libraries online. I just say validate your source. Validate your source. Okay, because that's the other downside is sometimes people are giving a little bit more creative energy. Like I know there's a lot of soothsayers in my business that can say a lot of things and confuse a lot of people because they don't understand that you really are trying to be on a good path and you're looking for help. See, I consider my work to be an honor and a privilege that people allow me inside of their hearts so they can grow. That's a privilege and an honor. And in return, it brings me joy and business so that we can continue to expand. So with the GAP program, I would go more extensively into why that configuration is going to be so important and take questions specifically about how can it affect certain signs. That's what I'm talking about, that gap. When you have some understanding or at least some information, it gives you more power. It just does. You're not so nervous nilly and freaking out over everything and questioning everything. You get into a place where you start going, okay, what are my options? What do I need to do? And that's that gap I'm talking about. And for $9.99 for an intro, you can try it. And if you don't like it, it's cool. But $20 a month, $19.99, $19.95. Look, guys, it works. I'm giving it to you in the same way I would do if you were here in Los Angeles. Okay. And it creates that camaraderie because I have to say, most of my clients, if not all of them, do better than when we started. Like they actually continue to progress. Why? Because they want to. And now they've seen it. Like once you see that you can do something, you have the proof in your hand. How can you deny yourself? I mean, I know you can. I know people that will find a way to fuck shit up no matter what. I understand. But if you're really trying to get better and you're really trying to move into a different place, you're not going to stop because you see that you can do it. You can feel that you can do it. And now you just got to get that momentum up. That momentum up. And yeah, you're going to have days when everything's like, I don't want to do none of this. I don't feel like getting out of bed. I don't feel like talking. It is raining in LA right now. And I got to tell you, it's gloomy. It's overcast. It's my kind of day to stay in bed, put on some John Wick, make a pot of chili or chicken soup, depending on what I have in the house, and stay in my pajamas. Okay, that's the kind of day I want. But hey, everybody's got to get up. We got to do some work. We got to put the time in because this is a part of the ebb and flow of life. But I have to say, my work is beautiful. When the scripture says, my yoke is easy, my burden is light, that is because what I do, I love. And Spirit gives me the strength, insight, love, and support. Thank you guys for all your support and the growth. The growth. So definitely like and follow and subscribe because I'll show you how to do it. And the affirmations, I used to give them away. I was giving them away. And it was pretty much the same affirmations that I have on the candles. But the affirmations that I come up with for my clients, like when we're in our think tank, man, those are some brilliant affirmations because they actually help bridge that gap. Love that word, gap, to your success. I'm going to say it again. It helps bridge that gap to your success. That's what affirmations do. Because sometimes you don't know that you're saying something derogatory. You don't. Now, I mentioned this test earlier. If I didn't, apologize. I was thinking about mentioning it. But there was a study that I read. And it talked about negative energy. And how when you're around somebody that's negative, 30% of your energy drops. It just drops. While when you're around a positive person, somebody that's in congenial, somebody that's upbeat, your energy shoots up 25%. Unless you're around me, it can go as high as 40. And I thought about that. I spent some time really thinking about that because a couple of weeks ago, I had a chance to go to a birthday party in a very beautiful setting, gorgeous setting. And when I got there, because I asked, was there anything I needed to bring, whatever, and they were like, no, just bring yourself, la, la, la. But as soon as I got there, and it was gorgeous, you guys, like right on the water, absolutely, completely breathtaking. Stepped into the house and the energy dropped. I mean, it dropped. And it wasn't like happy-go-lucky. I'm talking there was no music. They were all in one part of the area. They just didn't seem it was cohesive, wasn't flowing. And I just was quiet because it wasn't my party to drive. I'm a guest. I'm just going to go with the flow. But what I realized is how sensitive I really am to the energy around me and how I have to make sure for my own well-being that I'm keeping my side of the road clear. And at one point I did leave the party because it got a little bit too much for me. And I was like, you know what? I'm not here to rain on anybody's parade. Everybody else is having fun. It could be me. It could be me, and I let it be, and I let it go. Don't have anything against any other people. Still speak to them. say hello, wish them nothing but the best. But I had to own the fact that something there was not of my liking. It didn't resonate with me, and that was okay. It's okay. And giving yourself permission to be okay. Working to make yourself a better person, to be okay, is the blessing. That's what we're offering at Candles by Ari. An opportunity for you to learn to self soothe in a different way that you may not have considered. Doing things that you may not even knew you like to do. Who knew? But there's no limit. The universe does not restrict us. We restrict ourselves. So, I'm going to ask you to like, follow, and share. Subscribe to my channel. Go to Candles by Ari or Spiritual Coaching with Ari Mack. Spiritual Coach Ari Mack, excuse me. This channel is Spiritual Coaching Ari Mack. So many things, so many things. Grab yourself one of our packages and programs. Get yourself some candles. Spend some time listening to what you're saying to yourself. Like, really just go deep and be honest with, who am I? What am I trying to make happen? And what am I really trying to say to the world? And more than anything else, please remember that you are blessed. The universe is not here to destroy anything, okay? Despite whatever you think, there is a divine design to everything. We just can't always see it. And I know I hear it. Well, why does this person ever get what they deserve? And da da da. Trust me and believe, there is a divine design that's beyond our comprehension, and it hits only with the place that that person will understand. And who are we to judge how that happens? Now, you can hear about it, and you know they got their comeuppance, but don't judge. You may think somebody's walking around scot-free, getting away with all kinds of stuff, and later on you found out they were in purgatory because their choices took a toll on their physical and mental well-being. You never know. All you can do is keep your side of the road clean by being the best human being you can be at the time. We make mistakes. It's not a biggie. But learning to forgive, let go, and grow. I didn't say forget. Notice I never said forget. Because if you forget your past, you're destined to repeat it. But if you learn to grow, you connect with your higher power, man, you're damn near unstoppable. But of course, it does take work. Wherever you are, if you're listening to this video or catch it on the rebroadcast or up on the YouTube channel, thank you for listening. Tell me what you're feeling. Is what I'm saying making sense? Is it helping healing your heart? Because that's all I want. That's all I want. And as far as the programs goes, that's really when you are. Because wherever you dive in, that's where you begin. There is no wrong way to eat a Tootsie Roll. Just like there's no wrong way to meditate or connect with your higher self. But you do have to do it. You have to do it. And that's what I'm asking you to do today. All right, I'm going to get ready to end this, and we're going to do this with a couple of breathing techniques. And I just want you to sit for a few minutes, just a few seconds. Yeah, I know that they got the Relax app. I'm Relaxed Ari. This is my app form. And I want you just to breathe. Just take deep breaths in and out. And just relax for a few seconds. Giving your mind and body a chance just to center, focus, and relax. See, there's nothing wrong with you. You're a perfect divine creature. Everything that you do, there's a divine design with you. But you also have to let it in. You also have to open up to your co-creation with the universe. You can't go and spit on people and don't think you're going to not be spit on. You can't show your ass and think everybody's going to be cool with it, because not everybody will be. But if you learn to respect yourself, to take yourself seriously, because peace is priceless, you guys. Peace is priceless. Now I'll put some links in the bottom over here when I do the description. I will have this up probably by tomorrow, because this Saturday is my birthday. So I do plan on having some fun. But Sunday I will be back for mindful meditation, mindful guided meditation with me, Miss Ari. You can register at Candles by Ari, and I'll put the link down there as well. All right, but let's take better care of ourselves. And my closing suggestion for you guys, with all this Piscean energy coming down the pipes, really pay attention to your dreams. If you can, take your phone and record, uh, whatever comes out when you wake up. Maybe even record a question, and then when you get up, write the answer down. I mean, these new gadgets that we got, this technological age, gives us so much freedom and opportunity, but you have to use it. So I'm going to suggest to you to listen to your dreams, to follow, like, subscribe, and let's do this together. Yeah? This world is meant to be happy. This world is meant to be upbeat, not downtrodden, depressed, and ready to always hurt yourself and others. That's a waste of your energy, and it's hard on the spleen. Eventually, your body will tattletale. Now, I gave you suggestions for walnuts, slicing carrots, grapes, gingers, avocado, mushroom. I do have a few more things, but let's just start with those. So I'm going to salute the divine in you. I'm so tickled that you got a chance to hang out with me today. I go live every Thursday around 2 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, but I pop in on all the social medias, especially Instagram and TikTok. That's where it's fun. So you can catch me on both of those. Just look for Ari McIntyre or Spiritual Coach Ari Mac or Countess by Ari. I go by all. Okay? And I want to say thank you for being kind. Spirit loves you, and I'm sending you love your way. And when in doubt, just shut up. Just shut the fuck up. Don't try to argue with the jackass. My grandma told me a long time ago, don't argue with the jackass, sorry, because a jackass is never going to let you win because it's a jackass. And they're not trying to get over. They're trying to do what they want to do. Okay? Okay. All right. So thank you guys. Like I said, leave comments and questions. Give me some feedback. Is this making sense? Join the programs. I'm telling you, you'll be happy you did. And stay blessed. Peace.